49 birds holding steady at Sparta.
In Black Mirror's Hated in the Nation, a government builds autonomous drones to save the bee population. Elegant, precise. They work exactly as designed, until someone realizes the entire swarm can be redirected. The show was fiction, but the engineers who watched it didn't see a warning. They saw a product roadmap. Nuclear weapons needed a human to launch them. AI weapons are being built to remove that problem. No country announced this. It happened through 1,000 small decisions that each seemed completely reasonable at the time. This isn't science fiction. Every example in this video is documented. Some of it happened in the last 6 months. And it didn't start as a weapons program. It started as a promise that AI would make warfare more precise, more humane, and save soldiers' lives. For a while, that promise was real. Then militaries started noticing something. The more they relied on AI to make decisions, the faster their forces became. And the faster they became, the harder it was for humans to keep up. Let's start with the moment the promise was made. It's 2017. You're a senior Pentagon official, and you have a problem. The US military generates more drone surveillance footage every single day than analysts can watch in a year. Terabytes of video. Thousands of hours. Mountains of data. And somewhere inside all of it are the targets you need to find. Then someone shows you Project Maven, a machine learning system that watches the footage for you. It identifies vehicles, buildings, patterns of movement. It flags potential targets in seconds instead of days. Your analysts go from approving 30 targets an hour to 80. The time between spotting a threat and stopping it collapses. Precision targeting means fewer civilian casualties. Smarter weapons mean fewer soldiers in harm's way. By 2023, the Pentagon's Replicator program commits to fielding thousands of autonomous drone systems, small, cheap, and precise. The vision is clean. AI handles the targeting, humans make the final call. That last part matters. We'll come back to it. Because in the years between that briefing and today, something changed. It's 2023. You're an intelligence officer, and you're staring at a list. 37,000 names. Each one flagged by an AI system called Lavender as a suspected militant. The system has processed surveillance data on millions of people, phone records, movement patterns, social networks, and assigned each person a score from 1 to 100, ranking the likelihood they're a combatant. Your job is to review the list. In practice, that review takes about 20 seconds per target, long enough to confirm the person is male. Then you approve the strike. The machine did the rest. This is what military researchers call the shift from human in the loop to human on the loop. In theory, a human still approves every decision. In practice, the human has become a rubber stamp, moving too fast to meaningfully evaluate anything. It didn't happen because anyone decided to remove human judgment. It happened because the list had 37,000 names, and humans couldn't process them any other way. And this is what makes AI weapons fundamentally different from every weapons system that came before. Now you're a defense minister, and the decision in front of you is brutally simple. Your adversary just deployed thousands of autonomous drones. Each one identifies, tracks, and engages a target in milliseconds. No hesitation, no fatigue, no human approval required. Your forces need 3 seconds per targeting decision. Theirs need 3 milliseconds. In a conflict decided in hours, that gap is everything. You think about slowing down, about proposing talks, about agreements. Then your chief of staff reminds you, they're not waiting. So you do what every defense minister before you has done when facing a gap that could cost them the war. You close it. Russia closed it. The Lancet drone, deployed in Ukraine with increasingly autonomous targeting capability, has logged over 2,800 strikes with a reported 77% hit rate against high-value targets. China closed it. In 2025, state-owned defense firm Norinco unveiled a combat vehicle powered by domestic AI capable of autonomous battlefield operations. PLA-linked researchers the same year published detailed designs for drone swarms intended to execute the full kill chain, target identification, decision, strike, with no human approval required at the point of action. The United States, watching both, accelerates. None of these countries chose an AI arms race, but every one of them made the same calculation when they faced the alternative. Even if every government agreed to stop tomorrow, even if every major power signed a treaty tonight, the AI arms race has a problem that makes reversal almost impossible. The technology has already spread beyond the people who built it. The Lancet costs between $20,000 and $35,000 per unit. Consumer components, off-the-shelf chips. The gap between military technology and what anyone else can build is narrowing every year. There's no clean line anymore between who can access this and who can't. Internationally, the response hasn't kept pace. The UN has been debating a binding treaty on autonomous weapons since 2014. There is still no binding agreement. In a 2024 study, researchers had AI models play the role of nations in a war game. Left to their own logic, the models almost inevitably became trapped in arms races and escalated to nuclear weapons. Not because they were programmed to, because the incentives pointed there. There are people trying to stop this. Military ethicists, arms control lawyers, and AI researchers who have spent years building the case for binding international governance. Their arguments are serious. Their warnings are credible. But they're working against a system that doesn't reward caution. And in the race between governance and capability, capability has been winning every single year. This is where we are right now. Russia has deployed drones with increasingly autonomous targeting capability in an active war. China's military researchers have published designs for drone swarms intended to execute lethal decisions without human approval. The US has more than 800 active military AI projects and has integrated AI systems directly into classified military networks. Even the companies building these systems have tried to pump the brakes, insisting humans must always approve lethal decisions. They've been overruled, sidelined, or replaced with partners willing to move faster. The arms race isn't coming. It's already here. So what's the answer? The obvious one is a treaty, an international agreement banning autonomous weapons the way we banned chemical weapons. Except autonomous weapons leave no physical trace. They can be tested in secret. The technology is already embedded in commercial products worldwide. You can't inspect a software update. The second answer is a kill switch, mandatory human override built into every autonomous system. Except a weapon with a kill switch your adversary can trigger is a weapon that surrenders on command. No military will deploy it. The third answer is to slow down collectively. Pause until governance catches up with capability. Except no country will pause while others accelerate. Right now, we don't have a proven mechanism to stop an arms race already moving at the speed we've reached. And that's not a small problem. That's the problem. So when we ask whether AI weapons can be controlled, whether any treaty, any oversight body, any institution can put the human back in the decision, maybe we're asking the wrong question. The question isn't whether we can build AI weapons. Every major military already has. The question is whether any human institution moves fast enough to govern what we've already built. Maybe treaties catch up. Maybe oversight gets rebuilt. Maybe the technology stabilizes at a level humans can still meaningfully control. We survived the nuclear arms race because we kept one thing intact: a human finger on the trigger and a red phone on the desk. Nobody built a red phone this time. With nuclear weapons, we knew what we were building. With AI weapons, by the time we understood what we'd built, it was already deciding.